What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today on Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $16,400. We're up about 1%. What I want to do is take a look at Bitcoin here on the 1 week time frame. We're going to work our way into the 1 hour time frame. And the reason we're going to use the line graph today, it's going to be great for support and resistance, really showing the closing price. And I think that can be helpful when we're looking at a longer term view here, especially when we're looking at the 1 week time frame, just really stepping back and taking a look at the charts, guys. It's important because sometimes you can get up so close on, the 5-minute time frame or the hour time frame, whatever you're trading on, and you don't really step back and look at the big picture. So that's what we're going to do today. If you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let me know down low if you've been buying Bitcoin. Just say yes or no. Have you been dollar cost averaging? And if you're waiting, what prices are you waiting for? We've talked about, guys, I think anywhere from $12,000 down to around that $7,000 to $8,000 is not a bad area to have some limit buy orders in, get a nice average if we do get flushed down to that range, and hold that for a longer term position trade is something that I'd be looking at. But with the uncertainty in the markets just all around and the global turmoil, everything we have going on, I would still go a little bit lighter. I would be cautious. I would save some ammo, but I'd also want a piece of it, if that makes sense, because in that aspect, you're trying with those limit orders to get a really nice average down in there, catch some wicks. And that can always be beneficial because sometimes you'll just get bought up real fast. And even if you want to sell off there, you can take a nice profit. So it is the way to do it sometimes, guys, but there's also waiting for the trend to change and having the wind at your back, like on the weekly time frame, getting back into that uptrend, the higher highs and higher lows. So let's dig into this. So guys, on the weekly time frame here, what I have on over to the right side, this is going to be our VRVP, and you can see in green this area here. This has been a big area of buying, selling, just a lot of consolidation in this range throughout the life of Bitcoin. And that starts at around 11,700, and it's going to go down to around, I'd say a realistic target would be about $7,000 right in that area there. So you can see we potentially still could have some downside here. There's not a lot of buying pressure right now in this area. You have this little gap here, and we're also trading below our 200-week moving average and our 50-week moving average. And another thing, if we want to take a look at this here, guys, we're clearly in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows that have been coming in. So right now, you don't have to pick the bottom. You can be patient. You can say, there's going to be more time. There's going to be an accumulation area as well, because typically once you come out of this stage 4, you'll have a stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you get back into an accumulation area. And that's typically your stage 1 where you're just really accumulating. And that's where the big dogs get all their coins when it's really depressed. And all the headlines are saying Bitcoin's going away. That's when the big guys are accumulating and they're going to be selling off near the top, guys, into areas like this. When price is going straight up, that's when they're taking some profit, and you can see higher volume there as well where they were taking profit. Now, the bullish case, what I like to see going on here is we do have some climax volume. I mean, this is some major volume that came in here. If we step back, this is one of the largest sticks of volume, and sometimes that can mark tops and bottoms. Not always. Like right here, you see this big one right here? That marked a bottom there. If we go back to the blow off top, we had a massive candlestick, volume stick right there. So overall, this is one of the biggest ones that we've had. So, could you say that the bottom's in because of this climax volume? I would put it in the bullish camp, but I wouldn't say because of that we're guaranteed, because we still have to look at the trend, guys, and there's still a lot of pressure from this 200-week moving average, this 50-week moving average, all pressing down on us. We would need to get back up above $24,000 just to get up above the weekly 200 moving average, and that's a significant area for multiple institutional investors. So if we move on from there, we're going to take a look at the 1-day time frame. So the message in this video, I would still be cautious, guys. I would put some limit orders down there if you want to get a nice average, but I wouldn't go crazy. That would be my opinion, just due to the environment that we're in. You still want some ammo in your back pocket once we are in a confirmed uptrend, and you can always buy those retracements, and there'll be plenty of time for percentage down the road for you. So right now, even on the 1-day time frame, guys, trading below our 200-day moving average, our 50-day moving average, nothing changing there. Main thing that I'm looking at, say on the bullish camp here, if you're trying to get some, we talked about the climax volume, maybe a bit of a double bottom here. We went a little bit lower, but maybe something like that, looking for buying pressure to come in. So we want to keep an eye on that. And if we step back, we take a look at our indicators. So our MACD is trying to get across here. It has not happened yet, so we have not confirmed. Want to keep an eye on that on the daily time frame. VWAP is going to be at a positive 3.42. Money flow is going to be negative 8.75, and relative strength is going to be at 38 right now, so we're not trading above that 50 showing strength. Always look at that 50 line on the relative strength as well, guys, if you're trading up above it or below it, besides extreme oversold and overbought conditions. Next, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we're still being suppressed right now. You can see we had some rejection off this 50 moving average, and we're still trading below our 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So a lot of work for Bitcoin to do, guys, and that's why I'm saying, you don't just have to jump into a position and say, I got to nail it now. There's going to be plenty of time. I promise you there's going to be plenty of time and plenty of percentage to the upside down the road here. And then on the 1-hour time frame, we're still being rejected by this 200 moving average, and that's going to be right at about $16,480. We are trading above our 50 moving average on the 1-hour time frame, and that's going to be at $16,100, right in that area. But when we step back and we take a look here on the weekly time frame, guys, look at these big accumulation areas. I mean, down in here, even this, all this area here, the amount of time that was spent between, I'd say about $12,000 and $4,000. A lot of accumulation in that area, and there's plenty of time before we took off. So even if you bought anywhere in this area here, as you'd still be looking at, I mean, that's almost 400% right there. And say you sold off before that, you're still looking at 275, 300%. So there's going to be plenty of time. We just need to be patient. Right now we are in a weekly downtrend. We're in a daily downtrend. We're in a 4-hour downtrend. Just really watch those 200 moving averages on the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, and see what type of strength we're having against those, because they still can act as very strong resistance overhead, guys. So, Bitcoin can do whatever it wants to do. That's Bitcoin. We could wake up tomorrow and we're up $20,000. It is what it is. But right now we have to be cautious in the environment that we're in right now. So just be patient out there, guys. We're going to get some great opportunities. God bless you all. Take care.